All right, it's podcast time again. It's playoff podcast time. Which means, you know what it means, right? We don't mess around. There's nothing except for game picks.
We're finally bringing our championship caliber podcasting.
Exactly. We've been holding in all this.
Well, regular season, you got to
just kind of chill.
You got to make it the whole. It's a marathon. Now it's a sprint.
Right. So now we are in playoff mode. We're going to start giving you every single prediction from all the brackets. Basketball. We'll start with our open division. First game.
Sorry. Can you say that division that we're in one more time?
Open
division, baby. This is big because this one's way more open than last year's was.
Great pun. Amazing.
Yeah.
All right.
That's 2 college degrees paying off right there.
Or at least just yours. We'll start with our first game. It is Saints, Lacoste to the 1-8. I'm going to take Saints. I'm going to assume you are too, but I'll let you say your piece.
Absolutely. I'm going to also take Saints. Big shout out, though, to LCC and Logan Wozni for being the great unknown of this open division. I mean, they had a great year. We didn't talk about them a whole lot. They charged hard at the end. But Saints, I mean, you run down from seniors like Tariq Thompson to freshmen like Chibuzo Ogbo. They've got everybody in the middle. Saints are going to win this one big.
Hey, sports fans, it's full time. I'm in Portland right now, headed back to San Diego after my son's basketball tournament. But, of course, I'm committed to giving you guys my 2 cents on the CIF Open Division and Division 1 through Division 4 playoff predictions. So here we go. We've got St. Augustine hosting Lacoste Canyon in the 1-8 matchup. I don't really see there being much resistance from Lacoste Canyon in this one. They've got a solid, yet unremarkable group of players, but St. Augustine is deep and they're primed for a deep run in this open division. So I'm going to take the Saints in this one.
All right, in the same side of that bracket, same half of that bracket, they'll play the winner of this game. It'll be Modern Day and Foothills Christian. I think this one will be close. It's kind of a comeback game, I guess, for Jalen Hands coming back to his old school. I'm going to take Foothills, though. I think Foothills will have enough in this one. What do you think?
You think it's going to be big blowout, little blowout, no blowout?
Close game.
Close game. I absolutely agree. I think this one might be the closest of all the first-round playoff games through all the brackets. Modern Day has had this really not missing a beat type season after losing Miles Norris, Jalen Hands. They're here. They're ready to play. Foothills, though, has a McDonald's All-American, has great stars like Van Omerine around him. Foothills is going to take this one and then give Saints a run for their money.
Now we go to the 4-5 matchup between Foothills Christian and Modern Day Catholic. Of course, the intrigue and suspense in this one is that Jalen Hands is facing the team that he left 2 years ago. Of course, if you know the history behind that, this was not exactly a happy ending for both parties involved. Jalen Hands tried to go to Foothills Christian. Modern Day protested. He ended up being ineligible to play in a CIF school. His junior year, went to Balboa Prep, returned his senior year to Foothills Christian, and has been on the warpath ever since. And so this is one of those Kill Bill moments where you've got a kid like Jalen who's got an opportunity to exact revenge on the program he left behind. Expect Foothills to win. It may be a close game, but I will say this. If Jalen doesn't drop 50, then I'm not going to do this podcast anymore. I will do the podcast, but I'm saying he's going to drop 50.
All right, now we will shift over to the other side of the open division bracket. We'll start with the top right quadrant, if you will. It's the number 3 Vista taking on number 6 Mission Hills. Rivalry game here. I'm going to take Vista. I think this will be the closest game. I think this will be a down to the minute, last second type game, but I'm going to take Vista. What do you think?
I think it's hard to beat a team multiple times, so I think Mission Hills is going to make the adjustments. Vista beat them early. Mission Hills, we talked about towards the end of the season, they had a couple of stumbles. I think they've made the corrections. I think Ed Fenzi, Warren Washington are here to really make a statement about how good this team is. I see them winning this one.
So we're going to move on from there to the 3-6 matchup. And man, oh man, CIF, you blessed us with part 3 of what has been an outstanding series to date between Vista and Mission Hills. Warren Washington and the Grizzlies won round 1 at their place by 4. After, being up by as many as 18 points, Vista clawed their way back into it in the final moments, had a chance to cut it to 1. Torrey Samuels missed a jump shot. Almost a carbon copy of that game happened at Vista a couple of weeks later, where the Panthers jumped all over Mission Hills in the second half, up by as many as 16 points. Looks like they're running away with the game, and then guess what happens? Mission Hills blitzes them, cuts the lead to 1, has a chance to win, misses a shot. Vista hits free throws, seals the game. So teams split on their home courts. Of course, Mission Hills then went on to lose a game to El Camino, which gave Vista the outright championship, which of course I did not call in my early season league predictions. I thought it would be a title split between the two. So, which leads us to this playoff game. High-level players on both sides looking to take that advantage in the season series. I'm picking Vista. They're at home. They're a different team when they're at home, and they're going to have that crowd behind them. And I expect Torrey Samuels to have one of his better games of the year, which is saying a lot considering that he's one of the top 10 players in San Diego. So I'm going to go Vista in a close one, probably the closest matchup of all the games in the Open Division.
All right, the last game for the first round of the Open Division, a team that almost didn't get in, just snuck in there towards the end, number 7 seed, La Jolla Country Day, traveling to the Olive Garden to take on.
I want to hear how you, because you have a little bit of bias here, being one of the all-time, you said you're
one of the JV
legend?
JV legend there, that's correct. I'll take the Tories. The La Jolla Country Day Tories. I'll take the La Jolla Country Day Tories over the Torrey Pines Falcons. I know Torrey Pines hasn't lost in what seems like forever, but
it's not that big. It's not that unbelievable of a stretch. I mean, we're talking about a team that in Country Day last year was kind of an unknown, starting a lot of freshmen, tore through the D2 championships, has not missed a beat. They're an Open Division now. That's a huge jump to go from a mid D2 to an Open Division team in one calendar year. It's not that unbelievable to think that they might get one over. I just look at the track record, though, of they didn't get a bunch of wins at Torrey Pines earlier this year, and I just am. If for no other reason than Jake Gilliam, Kenny Shackelford, and company are seniors and have just a little bit of the we got to get it done now mentality, and Country Day's young, I'm going to take Torrey Pines.
I know, but just go back to your point there. Like the beginning of the year, a team this young, yeah, they're going to have some hiccups, but once they got going, once they got the swing things there.
Country Day was Jekyll and Hyde with us. We dropped them out of our top. We had them in. We dropped them out. We had them in. We dropped them out. But they've just been slowly building up momentum. So I'm probably going to be eating a big old slice of crow in a couple days for this one. But I mean, huge props to both of these schools for building really quiet, successful seasons. I mean, other than Country Day also setting the record for threes. That was kind of big.
And so finally now we're at the 2-7 matchup between La Jolla Country Day, that's the 7 seed, and Torrey Pines, which of course is the 2 seed. Now, Torrey Pines just completely boat raced La Jolla Country Day earlier in the year. Sorry, Christian, had to bring that up, of course. I know you're, actually it's not you, it's Tommy. Right? Yeah, Tommy, my bad. Yeah, but your guys didn't look very good in December when they played Torrey Pines. But guess what? It's not December. It's a whole new ball game. And I'm saying right now that La Jolla Country Day will come up a little short.
Oh.
I don't think it's going to be the blowout that the last game was. I think that Ryan Langborg, Max Gwynn, Matt Bender, and Josiah Esselstrom are going to come to play. This game is going to be close, but I think that the experience factor of having so many seniors in the lineup for Torrey Pines, from 6'10" Jake Gilliam to 6'6" Ethan Esposito, which he might be the most improved senior in the class, year over year, and Hayden Helfrich, and of course, an underrated piece of that puzzle is Kenny Shackelford. Doesn't score a lot for them, but is a really good defender. Locks down the other team's best perimeter player. So I'm gonna stick with Torrey Pines, and I think they advance. So those are my Open Division selections. Yes, guys, there's not much intrigue. I picked 1, 2, 3, 4, but between the lines, these are going to be some really exciting games, I think, save for one.
Well, if you're going to be eating crow, then maybe I'll be eating spaghetti at the Olive Garden.
Deal. Deal. We'll have a food.
Yeah, I'll pour spaghetti on my head for the next podcast if Country Day doesn't win.
Catch a crow.
Good luck with that one. That's it for Open Division. We will see you with the rest of divisions. Please make sure to watch all of these videos.